Hey folks, so we have Orks versus Dark Eldar, 1500 points, and the mission is Crusade with Dawn of War deployment. So on the Dark Eldar side, we've got three newer looking raiders. Those ones have Splinter Axe and Dark Lances. There's actually 10 guys inside with a Splinter Cannon. We've got three Reavers here. One Reaver has an Heat Lance, and the other one has Custer Caltrops. The older looking Venoms have a Dark Lance and Splinter Axe as well, but they only have 5 guys inside and one has a blaster. The second raider I kind of turned around backwards so I could fit him in just a little bit better so I could get my deployment as close to the front as possible when it came to these guys. I kind of tried to deny the flank with them. So this Venom has my Trueborn in it, so 4 with blasters, 1 is the Drakon, and he has Haywire grenades. The Venom itself has a Splinter Cannon on the top and on the bottom. Next is the other 2 Raiders. Those are the newer looking ones, so they've got 10 guys in each with the Splinter Cannons. We've got my Lamian within that Venom, and it has cannons on the top and the bottom. Now, I tried to push everything to the left of the board to try and deny flank from the Orks. The remainder of my army is over on this side with 2 Ravagers. The Ravagers really don't have any upgrades. They're just, hopefully we'll be able to hold this objective for a little bit and draw the Orks in. So we got 1 objective there, number 2 here, and the 3rd one back there. So on the Orc side, we have 30 boys with Shootas and a Power Claw, 3 Killicans. We also have 30 Choppa Slugga boys with each have knobs with Power Claws. And then we've got 11 Ludas over here. The 30 boys here have a Twin Link Shoota for their knob. And then we've got some bikes, 6 of them, with their Warlord, with 2 Dakka Jets in reserve. So first turn went to the Orcs. They pushed up as much as possible. The cans moving up the center, the boys all running, and the bikes pushing up. The Ludas fired quite a bit of shots into my Raider here, but it did jink, so it didn't receive any damage except for just the 1 hull point. The Venom over here also jinked and received 1 hull point of damage. The Ravagers pretty much stayed back a little bit. The Venom moved up and shot a bit. I did manage to kill off 2 of the cans, and really didn't hurt many Orcs back there. I pushed up with some of the Raiders on the center here, and I moved up with the Venom just a little bit, and I fired a lot into the Ludas, and I managed to kill off quite a few, bringing them down to about half. The Raiders here moved up to the center, and we pretty much focused everything onto the Warlord and the bikes, killing them off for First Blood and Warlord. So the Dakka Jet came on and fired at the Ravager and caused 1 hull point and 4 stitch chink. These boys moved up. Killican fired at the Venom but didn't cause any damage, which was kind of thankful. And we actually received a lot of fire from the Ludas on the Venom too, but didn't really cause any damage, so it just forced it to jink a lot. These boys moved up and they also ran so they could get to charge distant next turn. Again, like I said, Ludas fired at the Venom. These guys fired at this Raider here, destroying it and spilling the boys to the ground. Dark Eldar started to close in for the kill. We tried to fire at the Jet, didn't cause any damage. Fired a little bit at those guys, and we killed off the Killican too. We opened everything up we could at those Orc boys and killed off quite a few. Fired on these guys. I couldn't kill 1 knob though. It killed everybody else but the 1 knob, and left the Ludas alone just for a little bit in hopes I could jink out of any shots that they had back. So the Shooter boys ran up the table. They couldn't hurt anyone, so they just kept going. The Dakka Jet here didn't damage anything, but did force my Raider to jink, and these boys ran in and assaulted that Raider, destroying it. Dropping the other guys out. Thankfully, it didn't explode. We had a little bit of an assault here. I lost 2 of my warriors and didn't really cause any wounds back. So the Ravagers fired onto the Jet and it just jinked out of everything, so no concerns there. These boys were all killed off by focused fire, and the last knob was killed off from this group by the Reavers and the warriors. So the Dakka Jets came on, they forced a few of my vehicles to jink, really didn't cause too much damage, which was kind of thankful, and the Shooter boys over on this side, they basically pushed up and captured the objective up here to hold it. Alright, so because those boys moved up on the objective, I kind of pushed my units in and tried to take them out. I managed to kill off a good portion of them, but not everybody. This Dakajet I left alone. The other Dakajet I fired on and managed to kill. The Venom with the Lamian moved up onto the third objective and killed off the remaining Ludas. So the Shooter Boys, what they did is they moved up and captured the objective here to hold it and also hold the line breaker for them too. Now the Dakajet, that was kind of interesting because it moved up and destroyed my raider, spilling a few of my guys to the ground. So that was not unexpected to say the least. Well, I focused my entire army into the Shooter Boys, and I managed to kill them all but one. It seems to be a trend, me shooting at a unit and leaving just one man left. The remaining of the units that weren't in range fired at the Dakajet, destroying it, and it crashed into my raider, causing a hull point of damage. Now, the game did end. We kind of called it there because there was basically just one orc left on the table. A solid victory for the Dark Eldar and a fantastic game. I really enjoyed this one. It was a lot of fun, and it was just a good opportunity to get a little practice in before the tournament coming up. So let me know what your guys' experiences have been with Orks and Dark Eldar and what you guys thought of the report, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye now.